What's up guys, Oh So Generic here with a little update to my last speculation video on the possibility of an upcoming Nintendo Direct, likely this Monday on July the 20th. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend going to watch it first before coming back to this one, but to give a quick rundown anyways, this guy Kelios over on Twitter, who correctly leaked the date of the March Mini Direct, is saying that we're going to be getting a Nintendo Direct this Monday as well. On top of that, notable leaker Nate Drake of Reset Era is also hinting towards a 20th Direct, and a woman named Tiffany Treadmore over on Twitter has been posting about the possibility of an upcoming Direct as well, even accurately giving dates for when Nintendo was going to be revealing stuff on Twitter. Furthermore, there was a fair bit of non-leak evidence piling up with GameStop updating their systems for the Switch, and the Smash Bros website inadvertently hinting at a new fighter as well. Some more information has come out since then, so let's just hop right into it. Starting us off, we have more information coming straight from Tiffany Treadmore. She posted last night a small list of what is most likely hints as to what this Nintendo Direct will reveal. Two different tweets with a set of capitalized keywords that seem to directly correlate to games. She said in the first tweet, "What if the Mario collection was announced next week? I would flip," before following it up with another tweet 2 minutes later that said if there was a Nintendo Direct next week, I'd probably go so wild I would attack and dethrone God, I would get nuts, I would go to another galaxy. Of course, people began speculating on what this could mean, and while I don't think anyone's come up with a definitive answer yet, I've compiled what I've seen to try and figure them out. Flip is interesting. I haven't seen too many people talking about Flip, and it might honestly not be a part of the hints fight. Seeing as how it was posted only 2 minutes before the other hints, I'd say it's safe to say it is. Considering the rest of the tweet is about Mario, I'd say it's most likely pointing towards a Paper Mario game aside from the Origami King coming to the Switch. Most likely Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario had a mechanic called flipping, which allows Mario to go from 2D to 3D, so the flip matches up. With Origami King available on the Switch this Friday and all this talk of several Mario games coming to the Switch, I could see them porting some Paper Mario games ahead as well. Attack and dethrone God is definitely a bit on the nose here, and while I've seen people suggest something Kid Icarus related due to the abundance of gods in that series, I'd say Shin Megami Tensei 5 is much more likely. I'm not at all familiar with Shin Megami Tensei, but attacking and dethroning God is something that seems like a fairly common thing in that series, so I'd say it's far more likely than Kid Icarus. Especially since SMT5 has been confirmed for as long as the Switch has been out, with no actual news since then. Nuts is up for a lot more debate, honestly. Some people have pointed towards Pikmin 4 possibly being shown off finally, and while that's always an option, the game's been in development for like 5 years now, I can't find anything that would relate to it directly with Nuts other than the fact that since the space captains are tiny, a nut would have probably appeared in prominent size at some point in the series. One option I've seen is that Nuts is actually short for Nuts and Bolts, which is the subtitle for the Xbox 360 exclusive Banjo-Kazooie game which pretty much everyone hated, which might mean we're getting a rare replay for Switch featuring a bunch of classic Rare games and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. A Switch Rare replay is something a lot of people have asked for, especially since Banjo and Kazooie were added to Smash, so it's definitely possible, especially when you look at how much Microsoft has branched out with their IPs in recent times. I think Nuts and Bolts is a bit of a stretch, but it's the only good explanation I've seen thus far. Lastly, we have Galaxy, which is pretty obviously Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy has been talked about a lot recently with the rumors of the 35th Mario anniversary bringing a bunch of Mario games to the Switch, so it's likely that this is what she was talking about here. But what do you think about these hints? What do you think they're pointing to? I'd be curious to get other people's input on these things, especially when it comes to Flip and Nuts. So make sure to comment down below what you think she was hinting at with these. Before we fully stop talking about Tiffany Treadmore though, we should talk about the 14th. As I said before, she posted a list of dates that would end up lining up with official Nintendo reveals. And in my last video posted on the 13th, the 14th was the only date we hadn't seen yet from her list. They did reveal the LEGO NES on the 14th, which is pretty big news, but apparently that wasn't what she was talking about, and what she was talking about wasn't revealed at all on the 14th. Well, she also posted this later in the day, which says, "TikTok, Big Red, just drop it already. These boys are driving me bananas." Which kinda leads me to believe that maybe the Direct was originally planned for the 14th, and that she's getting impatient with them delaying it. It would make sense given the weird evidence we got from GameStop of the system maintenance surrounding the Switch and the SKUs going up early. Maybe it was originally planned for the 14th, but was delayed for one reason or another to next Monday. The 14th would also line up with the Direct being a Tuesday as it typically is, since Monday is still a bit of a weird date. So them delaying it to a Monday would make more sense if the Tuesday Direct was delayed. Moving past Tiffany Treadmore for now though, we have something interesting coming out of a Reset Era, which is information from somewhat notable insider Zippo. Zippo accurately predicted the Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct back in February. Now they've made a new post on an upcoming Direct saying, think about it this way. Link's Awakening Switch was a remake of a 6-hour 1993 Game Boy game that barely added or changed anything. $60. Super Mario 64 is a 3D platform from 1996. You're getting a slightly better looking widescreen SM64 included in the collection with up-res Sunshine and Galaxy ports, ringing those expectations. 3D World would be where the cool new stuff is added. People should realize this now, or else you're going to get your feelings hurt next week. So it seems like we're getting Super Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and 3D World all added to the Switch in some way. The first 3 games will get just a visual upgrade each, but 3D World will likely get a new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe treatment with brand new content. Hopefully Nabbit will be playable again. But this doesn't really mean much. We already had Nate Drake and Kelios pushing the idea of a Direct next week anyway. And Zippo did lose some credibility back in February when they were trying to say that there would be a general Direct along with the Animal Crossing one. While it doesn't do much to help push the idea of a Monday Direct, it certainly doesn't hurt that someone who's had credible information before is so casually stating that there will be something to learn next week either. The last bit of leaks we're going to talk about today is actually good old 4chan text post. This random anonymous user has decided to spill the beans on a lot of info here about this Direct, but of course, as is the case with all 4chan text posts, none of this matters, because it doesn't mean anything until it's proven to be true or false, and then it becomes useless anyway because we already know everything that happened. So let's just... Wait, what? Atelier Ryza 2 just leaked on the Australian Ratings Board website? What the hell is an Atelier Ryza? So yeah, this leak got something right already. It said that we would be seeing the reveal trailer for Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and The Secret Fairy, and I'm going to be honest with you and say that I have never heard of Atelier at all. I am not familiar with this series whatsoever, and this is my first time hearing about it, so I'm a bit intrigued by this, because it says right before the trailer for Atelier Ryza 2 that Ryza, the titular character, will be announced as our second fighter in Fighter Pass Volume 2, and we just had the Australian Ratings Board accidentally leak Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and The Secret Fairy for the Switch. So does that mean that we're gonna have Ryza join Smash? Well, usually this would be the end of this discussion. Hold off until the day of, and if the Direct begins with Metroid Samus's Revenge, prepare for a bunch of people to get mad on Twitter because they, like me, have never heard of this character, but they, unlike me, for some reason care enough to get mad about it. However, there's some interesting stuff to look at here in regards to the truth of this leak. Firstly, Atelier is a series made by Koei Tecmo, so why would Smash ever choose a Koei Tecmo character that isn't fan-favorite cult classic Koei Tecmo poster boy, Ryu Hayabusa? Is it because his name is Ryu and that conflicts with the Street Fighter? Is it because he's a ninja and his niche is already filled by Sheik and Greninja? Or are we secretly getting Genji Shimada as a character in Smash down the line and Sakurai saved the ninja stuff for him? Probably not that last one. It just seems weird to choose a Koei Tecmo character that isn't either Hayabusa or someone from Dead or Alive. Granted, this Atelier series may be way bigger in Japan than I even know of, but it just seems off to me to choose Ryza over Ryu. But that actually may be evidence in the leak's favor, because who in their right mind would ever say Ryza is our Koei Tecmo character for their fake leak? It's just such a bold claim that I can't help but give some credit to it. It would be like saying we're getting a Goomba as our only Mario character in Smash 64. It's just so crazy that why would you try to convince people of that lie? Just choose a better lie. However, we come to the real hit against this leak, and that's Tiffany Treadmore's stance on it. Now, Treadmore is not the word of God, but what she said has contradicted this text post a fair bit. As we established, she clearly hints at Shin Megami Tensei 5, but it is nowhere in this leak. But hey, oh, what's this? She explicitly states her disbelief in it by saying that the leak doesn't look half bad. Not right, but not bad. It may seem foolish, and I may be eating my words in a few days' time, but honestly, I'm gonna trust her track record over that of a random 4chan text post. After all, a broken clock is right twice a day. But oh, our good friends at GameStop can't do anything but make my videos longer, can they? Seriously, this video was originally shorter than my first July Direct speculation video, but then I had to rewrite it upon seeing all this info come out. But yeah, in some sort of video from GameStop, I'm not exactly sure what it's meant to be. It's talking about Paper Mario Origami King. They accidentally said Geno was announced for Smash and that people freaked out when this happened. I'll let it speak for itself. Roll the clip, Johnny.
I mean, there's a reason people were freaking out when Geno was announced for Smash.
But before anyone freaks out over this, I'm just gonna say that this is most likely a false alarm. People were not freaking out when Geno was announced for Smash because he hasn't been announced for Smash. How would people have been freaking out if the announcement for him to get in Smash hasn't happened yet? To me, this video comes across as less of a whoops, we accidentally just spoiled this huge upcoming surprise, and more of a poor wording choice or a lack of knowledge of something. Maybe she just legitimately thought that Geno had been announced for Smash a while back but was just misremembering something else? I don't know, but there's a lot of possible answers here, and there are more Geno isn't in Smash, she just messed up answers than there are yep, Geno's in baby answers. Don't get me wrong, I think having the fan favorite Puppet Man would be awesome, but I don't think this is anything concrete or worth noting too much. So overall, this video of her saying that Geno's in Smash falls flat for speculation, but I'm curious to hear what you think. What is Tiffany Treadmore possibly hinting at with those 4 words? Is Ryza our 7th Challenger Pack? Is Geno? Is Breath of the Wild 2 seriously called The Return of Ganon? What an awful name. Let me know down in the comments below, and as always, if you like this video, make sure to gently and daintily click that thumbs up icon, and to subscribe to see future content around Nintendo and Smash speculation. That's all for this time. I'm also Generic, and I'll catch you next time.